Alright guys, hey, I'm going to give you an update on the two computers here. Um, there's some issues still remaining, but for the most part we have both working without any replacement parts. So we'll start off with the small issue on this one. The key here, I am getting donated by somebody on the low-end Mac group. I thought I might have a replacement for it. So I had this 13-inch Retina casing, and the key appears to be different. The 15-inch doesn't use this piece right here. So it can't be used. It's a different design. So we'll get that sorted. That's pretty minor overall. So this one, what happened? So basically I plugged it in for a longer period of time, a couple of hours, and I decided to press the power button. And it came on, loaded right into the person's profile. Obviously it was password locked. I didn't care. I went ahead and reinstalled OS X here. For the time being, we're just on its maximum supported Catalina. As you can see, this is a 2.4 i7 with 8 gigs of RAM. I believe this is just the base model for the early 2013, which is pretty much no difference between this one and the one I had back in college, which was a mid-2012 Retina, the 2.3. This one should have a slightly faster SSD, and it does have the revised i7. It's still an Ivy Bridge i7, so that shouldn't have any issues. The issue on this one is that it has issues booting with the display. So obviously it has the issue with I can't remember the chip name, but it controls the voltage of the GPU. Basically any Retina MacBook Pro from 2012 to 2014 15-inch variant has the issue. It doesn't matter if you have integrated graphics or if you have the dedicated GPU. That chip just has, notoriously bad solder on it. So that's most likely the issue here. So I do either want to see how bad that is to do myself, or see if somebody can do it for me for like $50 or something like that. I'd be happy to pay that for somebody to do that for me. So we'll just have to see, but otherwise it's running pretty good. It's runs a little bit high on the fans for some reason. Probably the thermal paste is original, so probably just gonna wait until after the issue actually gets fixed. I'm not sure yet, but we may go ahead and try thermal paste. But anyway, after 3 or 4 attempts, this thing will finally display, and once you're into the computer, it doesn't have any issues. So I'll probably just keep this one in sleep mode when I'm not using it. The battery is pretty rough. I think it has around 400 or 500 cycles on it. And, well, I guess it's not showing it there, but it was showing a service battery. But we'll see how much the battery does end up lasting on this one. I'm not for sure. So that's pretty much all there is to talk about this one. And we'll move over to the Air, which, as you guys know in the last video, it was completely dead. I decided on this one, since it is, an older, less expensive MacBook, to just go ahead and pull the board out, and I did the oven trick on it, which I know some people are against. But when you don't have any tools to get this properly repaired, that's kind of what you got to do. And if it didn't work, I was just going to buy the board for like $50 on eBay. But what we have here is another person's profile. I went ahead and deleted all of their documents off of it. it was just full of a bunch of junk. And this one appeared to have last been used in 2014. So this one went, if I were to guess, it went 9 years without being used. So that failure probably happened back in 2014. It's just a 2.13 with 2 gigs of RAM. So it's a slightly revised version of the 2008 Air. It's running 10.6.8 right now. Working on getting that updated. But this does have the very horrible spinning hard drive, because the SSDs back in the day for these things, I think it was like a $500 upgrade to get a 60 gig SSD or something like that. So most of these Airs are factory hard drive, and they use the 1.8 inch hard drive from the iPods, I believe. So even worse than a regular hard drive, modern hard drive that you would buy today. Probably, if I were to guess, with the amount of use and stuff, as you guys know, hard drives will slow down a bit after time. This is probably like a 10 to 20 megabit per second read, or megabyte per second read. Got to be technical. It's probably horrible. I haven't tested it. It's probably something I should do, but I can guarantee you this thing takes about 3 minutes to boot up, and the hard drive speed is just horrible on this one. So that's what we're dealing with right now. I don't know if I'm going to change it or not, and we'll go from there. But the baking did fix this one. It was more than likely the RAM issue, since we had that beeping every 5 seconds, and it's been solid ever since. I went ahead and applied some Arctic MX5 thermal paste, which I use Grizzly on my other PCs and stuff, but this one I didn't really care too much. It's not a super high performance machine or anything like that, so I just went ahead and used some regular old MX5, which is definitely an upgrade from, you know, the 15-year-old baked on thermal paste that was coming off in chunks off this thing. So it should be running very, very cool. Actually, I don't feel any heat whatsoever here on idle. So I'm pretty happy with this one. Same thing with this. The battery does, well, it's not showing it there. I believe you have to go into the settings, but it does show service on this one as well. It's actually not too bad. I've had it running here for about 2 hours, and it was about 80% last night, and I turned it on. It's been here for about 2 hours. It's down to 53%, so this one actually probably get 3 to 4 hours of browsing time on it, which would be great. So, but nothing else has changed on this one cosmetically or anything. I spent all of yesterday after the intro video doing this one, so I'm pretty happy with it. The screen's pretty good. It has some minor yellowing around the edges, but other than that, there's no real damage or pixel issues or anything like that. So we do have both of these up and running, and I guess if anything else happens, we'll continue to give an update on these, but they're fully functional. I think it was a great deal for $5 a piece either way. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you in the next video.